what's way more physically painful than most people realize: migraines. I'm not talking about bad headaches. I'm talking about the absolute hell that is an actual blurred vision, face-numbing, uncontrolled vomiting-inducing, skull-splitting classic migraine. Have you ever contemplated death over pain? A particularly nasty migraine will make you do that. Broken ribs. Typically no outward signs to anyone that you're injured, but trust me, it's painful as hell and takes a long-ass time to heal. Kidney stones. Any stone. A toothache. That shit will drive you crazy. TMI, but being constipated sent me to the ER one time thinking something was very wrong. A zit inside your nose. Exposed nerves. I pulled a muscle in my back and was on the ground screaming. Outright screaming in agony. I had no idea it could be so bad. Period pain. I'm 26, and I just had a hysterectomy. The surgeon cut me open in 4 different places, stuck a camera inside of me, inflated my abdomen, and removed my uterus. She had to cauterize me, searing my tissue before gluing the incisions shut. The recovery was a breeze. My parents, who I was staying with during recovery, were amazed that I was joining them on mile walks 3 days post-op. I said it was because my periods hurt a million times worse than all of it. Recovery was mild discomfort in comparison. The surgeon said she found no signs of endometriosis or anything that could conclusively be said to cause that kind of pain during periods. She said some people's periods are just like that. Good riddance. Edit. I tried an IUD before the hysterectomy. The pain of insertion was also mild discomfort in comparison to my easier cramp days. Paper cuts hurt so much more than anyone without a paper cut that very moment even knows. Trigeminal neuralgia, earache, gout, a gallbladder attack. I've undergone so many spinal surgeries my family literally lost count. I know pain. I know pain very well. I was in such agony from my gallbladder freaking out that I had it taken out as fast as I could possibly have that done. I wasn't about to fuck around and find out. Getting an IUD put in my sciatic nerve pain out me down for the count. Impacted stool. Almost made me pass out on the toilet. Changed my diet after and ate more fiber, more beans. Pretty much just traditional Mexican food. Been having A+ poops for the past 2 years. Smiling pile of poo. Periods. I'm a dude, so I've never experienced them, but I've had 2 girlfriends, completely healthy young women, who've needed to be carried to the bathroom due to the pain. My boys, we lucked the fuck out on this one. Be respectful. Kidney stones. Hear me out. People think passing them is what hurts, and they couldn't be more wrong. Passing them is a minor inconvenience. The part that hurts is when the stone is making its way to your bladder. 3 to 5 hour bursts of unimaginable pain that has no way of being subdued. I was dizzy, nauseous and walking around like Quasimodo when those bursts happened. Breaking your elbow. Imagine banging your funny bone and having that feeling for 2-3 months. Getting a colposcopy, cervical biopsy where they rip out a piece of your cervix to test it for cancer. Getting a uterine ultrasound with contrast dye that is injected into your uterus to see if your fallopian tubes are clear, felt like someone punched your uterus from the inside. Getting an intestinal blockage. Getting an intestinal blockage that results in gangrene. Those are the most painful things I've experienced, and my wish for you who read this is to never experience them, especially the intestinal blockages. I wouldn't wish any of these on my worst enemies. When I worked in a kitchen, I once cut my hand and had to get 5 stitches. That pain was nothing compared to the time I took off the tip of my fingernail with a vegetable peeler and had an exposed cuticle for a few weeks. Even the memory of being hit on the top of the head with an open cabinet door hurts. Breaking a bone hurts pretty bad. Also, fights. People think getting in fights is normal because of how much we see them on TV, but you can get really injured and it can hurt a lot. Nerves pain. Mine has come and gone at different intervals and intensities throughout the last 10 years. and I can completely understand why people go through serious depression and thoughts of suicide when they feel so helpless, because nothing helps reduce the pain. Unexpected anal hemorrhoids, chronic anxiety, depression. When I get it bad, my bones and my skin ache. I can feel it in my teeth breaking your maxilla. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's the space between your teeth and nose, basically. Kidney stones. They aren't fucking stones. They are spiky devils that scratch their way down one's ureter. The physical pain that really deep emotional pain causes. Like grief, loss, heartbreak mixed together, add to that the strain that stress puts on your body. The mind is very powerful for good or bad. Speaking as someone who has it, borderline personality disorder. It might be the most emotionally painful of the mental health issues. Sometimes something as simple as someone not responding to a text message can make us feel like we're dying. Second-degree sunburn, especially a big one. Jesus fucking Christ. Broken tailbone. Also, no one sympathizes the way they do with like a broken arm. I couldn't take a shit for 2 months. It was brutal. Ovarian cysts. Worse than childbirth. Rheumatoid arthritis. I wouldn't wish gout on my worst enemy. Drink your water, folks. Acute pancreatitis. Getting hit in the crotch as a woman, especially if it's directly to the clit. Ear infections are no joke. I had an eardrum and canal infection in my right ear. Completely deaf for a week with a ruptured eardrum. I couldn't so much as touch the right side of my head without being in complete agony. I could barely talk or eat because opening my jaw was excruciatingly painful. Periods. Period cramps. I've given birth vaginally to 4 kids, but I've had period cramps more painful than childbirth. Yet I always got called dramatic for missing school or work because of my cramps. Gout. Nerves damaged all the way down your dominate arm and into your hand. Sciatica. Endometriosis. I end up bleeding for 2 weeks straight if I miss a dose of my birth control. Last time I was bedridden for at least 3 days and could still barely function the next few days. When I had to drag my ass out of bed because my grades would drop if I missed any more class. I'm a college student. I was in so much pain, anemic, dehydrated, nauseous. I contemplate suicide every time this happens. But, ya know, it's just cramps, right? Get over it. Acid reflux, gallbladder stones, degenerative disc disease and C456. I look completely fine, can't get disability. I also can't look up for longer than 30 seconds, drive for more than 15 minutes, mow my lawn, work on my Jeep, or even change my brakes or oil without being laid out in pain for days afterwards. At its worst, it causes ocular migraines that partially blind me and both arms go numb and I can't hold anything. The disability judge said I was exaggerating my symptoms. Fuck him. I hope he gets the same thing. Kidney stones. For something often tinier than a grain of rice, those fuckers are sharp and pointy. And they slice you up the long way down, so it ain't just pain in one form. You get the mix of burning, stinging, and ripping. I had the pleasure of that plus spinal pain one day. I was literally dripping sweat and near went dehydrated from it. That unfun pain you can't pass out from. Hamstring cramps. Don't knock an athlete for pulling their hammy. It can be instantly crippling. Shingles. I've had gout as well, and I think pain from shingles was worse. Kidney stone. Migraine. Ice water. Try putting your whole hand into a salad bowl full of ice water and see how long you can take it. I don't care what anyone else says here, be it toothaches or broken bones. Try kidney stones. I've limped away from falling 20 feet, 6 minutes off a bridge and was able to drive myself to go get an x-ray. Kidney stones will turn you into the bitch you really are.